Okay, moving on, we are going to review how to do image maps and set up specific hotspots on images to function as links that are independent of each other, using Dreamweaver to do all of the heavy lifting and the scripting for us. So I'm going to go ahead and take an image that I downloaded of the Beatles and put it on my site. I just took it from my student folder or my managed sites folder. I'll give it a attribute for alt text, click OK, and there it is. I don't need the files panel anymore, so I'll minimize it. Now, as you notice, when I click on the image, the properties panel changes to show me only image properties. One little caveat, if you click this little arrow, whether you do it on purpose or by mistake, it's going to minimize your choices of properties. And then when you click it one more time, it'll go ahead and give you all of the properties. The tools for the image map are all down in this area. This is your selection tool. You have 3 different shapes that you can use to select parts of the pixels on the image. The square tool, or the rectangular tool, the circular tool, and the random polygon tool. So let's get into that. Okay, so let's do this. Here is the rectangular tool. I'm going to go ahead and choose it. I get this cursor, and I can go ahead and click and drag around whatever I want. This Dreamweaver message will pop open asking me to complete the alt field. I'll go ahead and do that. And down in here, it's going to indicate to me what the link is going to be, as well as if I want to use any target attribute. Now, this pound sign is there as a default. If you want this to do an outside link, you need to make sure that you eliminate that, or the link will not work. I've gone ahead and saved a bunch of the pages so that this is simplified. So I'm under John Lennon's hotspot now. I have his page. I'm going to go ahead and highlight this and copy it, remembering, of course, that the entire URL is probably not visible. There's HTTPs and other characters that need to be part of it. And then I'm going to come in and paste that URL. Notice again that HTTP happened. I'm going to do a blank target so that this particular hotspot will open John Lennon's page outside of my page, and I'm going to click away. I'm going to click back on the image to start the second hotspot. This time I'm going to use the circle tool. I'm going to go ahead and click on George. It's going to ask me for the alt field again. I'll go ahead and populate that field. And this time I'm going to go over how to use the selection tool. You can do it in 2 different ways. Once you activate it here, you can use it to pick up and move the circle, or to grab one of the outside edges and to resize the actual tool. Either way is perfectly fine. Down in here, again, my properties illuminate for what my choices are for this circular hotspot. I have to eliminate the pound sign, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a blank target as well. I'll come over to here. I've already done this, so I'll go to George's page. I'm going to highlight that URL and copy it. Come back to Dreamweaver, eliminate that hashtag, and paste that in. I'm going to target to a blank page and move along. So we've got a rectangular tool and a circular tool. Incidentally, I just want to go over this right quick. I can resize any of these hotspots today, tomorrow, or next week using the selection tool again. Reposition it, resize it, and so on. Alright, the last of the tools is the Polygon tool. I'll go ahead and demonstrate that one now. I'll go to Ringo's face a little bit lower. I'm going to choose the Polygon tool. When I first click the first anchor, it's going to give me the alt tag reminder. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then as I continue drawing, I can do an irregular shape. I'm just going to choose just his face, including his ear, come around the bend, and close it up. Now the same principle applies down in here. I'm going to go back to where I already did my homework. This time I'll grab his Facebook page, right click and copy it. I'm going to go back to Dreamweaver, go into the link thing, get rid of the pound sign. I'm pasting with a Control V for victory. I'm going to go for a blank target again, and I'm going to click away and save my work. Now when I load this into the browser, I've got the rollover from previous. I've got John Lennon, I've got George, and if I scroll away from where I drew those hot spots, you'll notice the link goes away. And then I have Ringo. Now one thing that's missing is the target attribute, so I'll go ahead and demo that one more time. I'm going to come back to Dreamweaver. I'm going to activate John Lennon's hotspot. I'm going to come into the actual code window and target that. Use Dreamweaver to help me out with that, not target, title, my apologies. Then come back to the George one. Again, use Dreamweaver to help me out. And then finally the Ringo Starr one. Keep double capitalizing again. Keep it saved. File save. Go into your browser. This one's for John. As I scroll away, it goes away. This one's for George. As I scroll away, it goes away. This one is for Ringo. Okay, go ahead and give this a shot. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.